So excited to be back on a Monday morning. I actually have been thinking about sharing on this particular topic, the topic of how to stay happy and joyful and positive while there is so much sadness around us. We have this devotional group that meets at 6 a.m. now that the school year is starting. And this is just a few of us, a few people that come together on a daily basis, and we say prayers. We say prayers for healing, we say prayers for those who passed away, we say prayers for people who left behind, we say prayers for the world. Like it just, we connect on a spiritual level every morning. And today we had this discussion of how fortunate we happen to be that we have an outlet and an action plan to deal with sadness, because even in between a few of us, just a few of us from different countries and different parts of the world, there is usually somebody who is terribly sick or going through some major trials. Almost every day we have a new person added to our list, new family, new challenge amongst our acquaintances. There's almost every day that we pray for somebody's soul who passed away, who shouldn't have, right? And almost every day there is so much sad news. And I'm not even talking about news. I'm talking about people that we know personally in this small circle. And I thought about it today. I thought how fortunate we are that we have this way to affect, to do something about the sadness. We pray, we try to create positive spiritual energy to uplift those who are going through trials. We pray, to support ourselves in trials and things like this. So we have something to do to address this sadness. And then, of course, this morning at 9 o'clock we had a session with our team, business meeting about positive mindset. And actually, we kind of got inspired by the video of Joel Austin. It's called Rule Your Atmosphere, where he talks about being very deliberate about the news, the information that we allow in our mind, and whether we allow ourselves to be uplifted or drained of energy. And I think most of us are fighting this massive wave of energy draining information, and some of it is inevitable, unavoidable. This is the people we know, people we care about, but some of it we can turn off, right? We can turn off TV, we can stop hanging out with people who are hating everything. They're hating their life, they're hating their job. We may choose not to go to lunch with our coworkers who are not sharing anything uplifting. So there are things that we can do to affect who we hang out with and what we listen to. We can be very deliberate about the choice of companionship and information. And of course, when we want to support and uplift those around us who are going through trials and tribulations, it's nice to have a way to do it. Whether you're one of those people who can send a card or give a call and talk to a person, or do something instead of just internalizing sadness and doing nothing about it, because then it just becomes sadder and sadder and sadder, and we don't want to go through that, because it actually totally prevents us from pursuing great things in life. We just don't have energy for it when we're surrounded by negativity. This morning, I just had a lot of serendipitous information flow that were kind of supporting all the same ideas. That's why I thought I'd focus on it and elaborate on our live video. But I read this quote, and I'll just read the beginning, for it's from Baha'i scriptures, from Abdul Baha's some answered questions. And he says, know that there are 4 kinds of curing and healing without medicine, in addition to medicine, basically. And, talks about these 4 spiritual types of healing. And the first one, he says, is based on a fact, or due to the fact that in men both health and sickness are contagious. And you see, health and sickness are both contagious, and we don't know about. We usually know sickness could be contagious, and health is sort of like you get by overcoming sickness or by avoiding sickness. But in fact, you can share health if you're really strong, really healthy, but it's not Compared to sickness, it's not very strong. And so to me, in my mind, health and healing is positive way of life, positive thinking, positive energy, uplifting someone. This is healthy, this is healing. And negativity of any sort, sadness, tragedy, trauma, anything we talk about and perpetuate that is really difficult, the bad news, the negative news, that's like sickness. It's very contagious in terms of our energy levels, in terms of how it affects us personally. And so what it says in the quote, that contagion of disease, which is negativity in my mind, this is the parallel I'm thinking about. The contagion of disease is violent and rapid. So the moment you hear something negative, you're like, oh, you were just ready to move the mountains 5 minutes ago, and now all you want is a warm cup of coffee or tea and curl up somewhere and hide away from everybody, because you just lost a bunch of energy by hearing something said and challenging, and or something like that. And so it says the contagion of disease is violent and rapid, while that of health is extremely weak and slow, which means positivity, in order for it to be effective on somebody else, needs to be repeated, needs to be constant. And so what basically I have discovered in my life and practical application is that you need to put a lot of positive reinforcement, positive experiences, spiritual experience, uplifting experience, great environment, great people around you, anything positive you need a lot of and all the time in order for it to actually affect us, right? And just one negative news can really drain us. So to the degree possible, we should avoid negative stuff. Now, some of it is unavoidable, but if we can avoid people that are negative, people who are complainers, people who are backbiters, people who are never happy with anything, people who are draining us, we can avoid spending time with them, we can limit spending time with them. But in order to also balance it out, we have to put in place constant reinforcing positive experiences. That's the things we listen to, uplifting information, uplifting and encouraging and empowering talks. Mentors are really important. People who believe they can do something, people who achieve something, people who are going somewhere, people who are not settled and just like, life is a drag. You kind of want to avoid that and switch to a much more positive environment. And this is, in my estimation, this is a key to happy life. And so if you're not happy most of the time, start thinking about what affects your level of happiness, what kind of information, what kind of thoughts, what kind of books, what kind of programs you watch that are just draining. If your work is draining, if your boss is draining, if your schedule is draining, if everything that you do is just not something that you're looking forward to every day, then maybe you should start thinking about how you could change that. What are the steps you need to take in order for things to change? So I know that sometimes we kind of think, well, it is what it is, I just have to be patient. No, there is so much choice that we have about what we do on a daily basis. And just like I said, it's been gradual, but I've been very fortunate to automate some of the positive experiences so that every day I at least know I get a dose of positivity. Some of it is waking up early, reading uplifting information, joining the devotional group that helps me feel positive about the future and what we can do and how we can impact and helpful and kind of focused on others, and also what we can do in terms of the future. So, and then of course, our business daily call on self-improvement really helps as well to stay positive. So if you don't have it through your work, if you don't have it through your environment, if you don't have it through your spiritual community, reach out. I'll point you in the right direction. I can share my group with you in terms of the devotions or prayers. I can share the information about our business if you'd like, to pursue opportunities and to look for chances to change something that you're not happy with in your life, right? Because it's all up to us. We have a choice, and it's up to us to make it. Don't just take it if you're not happy. Do something about it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to sharing about something fun and interesting with you next time. It's a great day to have a great day. Have a great Monday, you all.